Well, I mean, yeah, that's the whole thing. I mean, Reiki can't be used for negative purposes. So when I hear you say that that they're trying to do picture magic with Reiki, well, it's not going to work, and they're going to lose their ability. That's why they're doing everything. They're drawing for straws because they let greed get the best of them, and that's fine. That's fine. They let greed get the best of them. However, no, I mean, these ladies are talking about, you know, basically karma raining down on these people with surgical precision, and I mean that's alarming. Make a wish. That's what it is. Now, I've had many instances where spirit speaks through other people, even gang stalkers. You'd be amazed, and they unconsciously they don't even know that they're doing it. But and I mean, my perception of people in the community talking shit and your perception of gang stalk, it's people in the community talking shit to me. You'll be in a restaurant or whatnot, and they'll be talking about your kids, and it's like, fucking, I don't even know you. How are you over here talking about my kids? That's what it is. We're not worried about these people because you're right. They're getting precision, accuracy, karma, and it's what it is. Whatever they wanted for another, and that's the divine setup. That's the divine setup to the whole thing. However, no, I mean it's stranger things. Stranger things have happened. They have. And when you're talking about death cult energy around Gemini moonshine, I mean this would be I'm the Gemini moon, so this would be Gemini moonshine, and I mean let's face it, moonshine is Jinn, and once you break the allergy for alcoholism, any of that shit, it's just what it is. It's just another generational curse. However, you got to keep in mind my family on both sides, they were bootleggers, so it's what it is, and profited off of the tribe at that. So I mean, there's some ancestral love there. There's some ancestral love there for breaking that generational curse. And I'd be happy to tell you the story sometime. However, we're not worried about our past. We're leaving that shit in the past. Thank you for that. Thank you, Angel at 229. It's just what it is. Seraphim Wings pops in every time around 3 a.m., 2:30. Anyway, it's the witching hour. It's the witching hour. The angels are just out flying around. They're just doing their thing. They're doing their thing. Anyway, no, that's absolutely alarming when you're talking about death cults involved in sacrifice, because I mean if you look back at Pisces ancestors, the greatest manifestation they say that the Aztec demonic sun god and lord of sorcery and human sacrifice, which is basically means he's negative. He was a negative high priest, whatever. Tezcatlipoca, he was a shapeshifter. Okay, cool. We've got these masculine shapeshifters that have a problem, and you've got the feminine nurture. And I tell you, I'm negative, so I don't give a fuck what anyone has to say about me. I got 5-star reviews and 2 middle fingers in the air. So it's what it's just what it is. However, when you say that Pisces ancestors don't play, and I mean they say the Leo rising is in Saturn, and that's the boss of lessons. And when you ladies keep bringing up Egyptian cat gods of the underworld, that's just alarming. I mean that would be alarming for them. I mean because it's Pisces ancestors that don't play, and being a Pisces sun, and it would revolve around sun gods and goddesses, and I mean the INFJ aspect. It's always going to be the underdog. It's always going to be Egyptian cat gods fighting for the underdog. Fighting for the underdog. And I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that you say it first, then I probably wouldn't care. But I guess if you said it first, then it would kind of fit. It would kind of fit. And I do have these photographs that I can't fucking explain. I have Jamie. Jamie sending me pictures of shit wiggling on the shelf. And I get shit wiggling on the shelf. I do. We get, you've got these people that are haunted by lower astral entities, and we're a higher vibration. So we're obviously getting guided by higher astral entities. And it's just what it is. Well, I mean, we can't change that. But when it's concerning when I have Chicago talking about the unseen realm. And I mean, when you say Hades, well, that's the Egyptian cat gods of the lower astral, dragging people down to the lower astral and vibration, things of that nature. And fire, it's what it is, because I can't help but think, because they went after, because we've already heard the spiritual warfare teacher. And I'm not giving up her name because people don't need to be going and abusing her beautiful techniques. But when she says, y'all need to realize that Earth Angel has Rainbow Covenant over their life, and it was really easy to flood my chakra system with fire. It really was a Kundalini fire. So, because I mean that was the basis I was going after, was I couldn't flood the spiritual spine with water, with emotion. I had to give it will. I had to give it sunfire. So it's just what it is. And then I mean, you had the energy of baptized in fire all in the cards, and it was different. It was different. And it would be combining fire and water. And I don't know if you've ever alchemically or spiritually combined fire with water, but I mean that would be like a two choice thing. It'd be like a true or false thing. Because, ooh, what am I looking at? See, I've seen you girls that scrying on paintings. I scry on anything. I scry on anything. So it is. If you go to Mel Carmine's channel, he has the messages from higher density beings. Messages. Okay, 88%. Thank you for that. Perfect timing. 233 at 88%. Higher density beings coming in. 234 at 88%. So if you go over to 88, significant number. If you go over to Mel's channel, I mean, when he had, and I don't give a shit how people do their DNA activations and raise their frequency and choose themselves to be chosen by the unseen realms. But when you take technology and you mirror things together, you're taking technology and you're mirroring things together. I can do that with my eyeballs. I'm doing it right now. Because the INFJ, the consciously unconscious human, Scott Morgan can teach you about that. I mean, I can tell you about what they talk about. I do what they talk about. So, I mean, while they're talking about it, you can go listen to them talk about it, or I can tell you that I'm fucking doing it right now. And it's what it is. You diverge your eyes and you open your third, and then I just activate my Jose Silva screen in the center. She said something about Pisces having three faces. No, it's three eyes. But, I mean, you could consider it three faces. You would, because I'm basically seeing two images on either side with one in the center. That's what it is. It's operating in two realms of consciousness. It's this or it's that. It's either their version, your version, their version, or the truth. And I like to go for the truth in the center. It's the middle way. Anyway. So, and I mean, yeah, it gives me the ability to fucking scry in anything. The universe is constantly giving you messages. Google it, signs from the universe. They're constantly coming in. And I mean, me having an ability to tune them in a different way. I mean, it's just what it is. It's just what it is. I mean, that's why I try not to fast anymore, because if I fast, I'll blow your fucking... None of us will ever be the same again. It's just what it is. I kind of hold true to the old Alan Watts thing about, you go up against the great guru or the bodhisattva and you find out, they smoke cigarettes, they drink, they've got a girlfriend, they've got a wife, because they have to have some kind of vice that holds them to the earth, or they fucking blast off into the cosmos. Been there. Me, I pick junk food. I just do junk food. And cats. I gotta feed stray cats. It's just what it is. I can't. I've had these cats. What is wrong with our college kids these days? That, because I'm fairly positive. I don't want to say this, but I'm fairly positive that, these kids come over to the college, they get a kitten, they get a cat, they get a kitten, and then it gets away. It's like not supposed to be there anyway. So like when it gets out, they just, okay, well the cat's out, and who knows? I don't know where these fucking cats come from, but you can't just let them run around and not have anything to eat. And now they won't go away, and it's what it is. It's what it is. And it's not like I really want them to go away, but they're not nice. They're not nice cats. Not nice at all. So we'll have to figure it out. We'll just have to figure that out. And I mean, it's kind of cool that you have that. You have car problems around the Earth Angel and spiritual protection cat energy all throughout the collective. Well, I have a graveyard of vehicles in the driveway and cats running around all of them. So it's what it is. It's what it is. Anyway. So let's do some Stranger Things, shall we? Now, I mean, when it comes to these paranormal events, I mean, do you think they attacked a paranormal INFJ? You think they did? You think they did? You think so? It's what it is. It's what it is. I don't know. I guess I probably ought to pray over these. I ought to shut my mouth and start praying. I mean, let's be honest. I am kind of concerned because I have people losing arms and legs around me. And then I have tarot readers talking about Egyptian cat gods giving them the skibbity paps with surgical precision. And I don't want to hear that. I certainly don't want to see it. But I mean, then you tell me, Pisces, you will witness their karma. And I'm like, fucking why? I don't want to see that shit. It's just what I don't want to see my neighbors on fire. We've got that on the channel. And it was a medical situation. We had a medical emergency in the middle of the road. But I mean, then you got them talking about, death cults trying to get the Gemini moon into car accidents. And it's what it is. It's what it is. I mean, silly death cults. It's just what it is. I mean, what do? You send it back to them. It's what. And when I hear that they're using Reiki against a Reiki mat, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. I mean, that was the thing is the entire story of Iblis or Adam or the jinn or whatever you want to. I mean, it's the Islamic. And I look at the Islam version the same as I do the Christian version of Jesus. It's edited. But, I mean, that was the whole thing was he was going to take all of the human prodigy to hellfire with him. He was going to come from the right of him, come from the left, from the top, from the bottom, with a group of angels, with a soul tribe of angels. And then he would find that most people would be happy. They would thank him. They would thank him for taking them all to hellfire with him, except for those that were righteous. Except for those that were righteous. And now we've got all the greed, and they're just being all righteous and whatnot in their greed. And but I mean, that was the thing is we're creating our own reality. We're ascending out of that matrix, out of that draconian dragon control matrix, because the dragons want the fire. They came for the smoke. They wanted the smoke. So, we're gonna leave them in the fire that they wanted. They wanted the fire. And I mean, the Rainbow Covenant it won't flood, and we're already running out of water in New Mexico. So, God's promised that he wouldn't flood the earth, but we're seeing fires here, there, and everywhere. So he said nothing about fire. He said water. He wouldn't drown your ass again. So it's what it is. Anyway, he did, and he keeps his promise. He keeps his promise. But, I mean, me, I know creating my own reality, I'm not going to pay. You really can't go against whatever the universe decides. But you kept saying, Pisces, just tell the universe what you want. And then you tell me that love always wins. So, I mean, when you pick Kundalini fire, well, that's love's intent to help her heal. And it always wins. It does. It always wins. And we ascended with that thought that controls reality. I mean, we're seeing fires around us and things of that nature, but we can't really do anything about that. can't really. It's not my fire. I can't do anything about someone else's fire. It's not my responsibility. I'm not a firefighter. I'm just not a firefighter. Daisy has the zoomies. Daisy has the zoomies with a Pokemon ball in her mouth. She's collecting them all. She's collecting them all. Okay, so anyway, I hear that I hear that people are being haunted, and that's what it is. I mean, they say, and I don't know who they are, but they say don't fear the jinn because I mean that makes you like a magnet, and they're like a lightning bolt. So and you had Zeus energy in the cards. Is what it is. And I mean, when I hear you ladies say that they never thought that they would see this day come, they never thought they would see this day come where they were being judged by the unseen realm. And who wants that? She's going for the water. She is. She's drowning the Daisy. She's drowning the Daisy. That's what it is. She's so funny. She gets like a huge mouthful of food and then runs off to eat it somewhere else. This is funny. See how long she stuffed her cheeks with. It's like a little chipmunk. And then runs off and eats it somewhere else. So, it's what it is. Strange little dogs do strange little things. Let's do some stranger things, shall we? God us all that is, angels, archangels, sinner masters, divine light, let us be a clear and infinite channel for your wisdom at this time for myself as well as those I do readings for. Namaste. And it's, and I keep thinking about, you get the comments about your opinions don't matter, and I'm like, yeah, well, I'm glad that Tarot said it first so that you don't matter. It's just what it is. You wait until Tarot says it first, and then you're like, yeah, but she said, how can I be the crazy one when she said it first? And then you just pass the buck. You just pass the buck because you always want to pay it forward. You always want to pay it forward. It's just what it is. Just what it is. And I mean, is that true? Is that true what you ladies are telling everybody is they went up against a healer? They went up against a healer? Well, that's dumb. How are you going to heal if you attack the healer? That doesn't make any sense. That certainly doesn't make any sense. Especially in groups. Oh, God. They must be the opposite of healing. They must be the opposite of healing, them and all involved. And I mean that's the thing, and I mean that's the whole thing about these narcissists is that's they give you the silent treatment, and then they triangulate and they do whatever, and then they play the victim. And then when you lose your cool, ooh, there goes the right ear. Then when you lose your cool, you're the crazy one. So you focus on being happy, living your best life. Living your best life, and the fact that it's whole groups of narcissists, and they're getting the skibbity paps. They're getting the skibbity paps from Pisces ancestors. My thing is, who are these groups? Who are they? Thank you, Spirit. Who are they, Pisces? Who are they? It's just what and I mean, when I'm hearing these ladies say death cult, well, that can't be good. That can't be good. And it's what it is. I mean, are they going to be the ones that we see losing arms and legs too? Are they going to be zombified? Because you have a lot of energy, vampire energy. And I mean, when I hear you say that they were using moon magic, well, I told you that. I get the moon magic fucking emails just like angel therapy told me that I was, and I get those. And I mean, I have an idea of what they do, and that's what it is. But I don't care. You're the ones that pay them. You're the ones that pay them. And that's what it is. I mean, and I kind of like the idea of watching people get karma. It's what the lessons are meant to be learned. And, teacher letting lessons be learned. And it's what it is. I mean, yeah, I understand they wanted attention and they wanted to win at all costs. But do they really want to sacrifice a human? Because, I mean, that's what they're going to be known for, isn't it? Isn't that the attention that they'll be getting is they tried to sacrifice a human? Because, I mean, my understanding, if you're talking about a death cult that is trying to mimic one person's energy, why would they pick that person? Why would they choose a person? Is it because I have 40 documented legal death experiences with 5-star reviews? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Because see, that would be the energy they would be trying to match that they can't duplicate. And who would even think that would work anyway? Who would even think that would work anyway? Rainbow Dragon. It's what it is. There's nothing wrong with Rainbow Dragon. As a matter of fact, let me tell you, that was the Golden Dragon and the Rainbow Dragon attunement. Those were two of my attunements. I do mine a little bit differently. I mean, because I'm able to see them on the Jose Silva screen. So whether I do it guided or myself, I just ask for shit. And then it's what it is. When I started playing around with the brain box, it's the brain box technique from Mind Valley, right at the base of my brain stem. When I started playing around with that, I mean, that's when very, very straight. That's what it is. Your body changes, all kinds of weird shit. You're playing around. You're doing your DNA activations inside the brain box at the brain stem. And it's what it is. But I mean, you have to do spiritual calisthenics and a lot of inner work. With those techniques. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. I hear Pisces has done something on the planet that no one's ever done before. Is that true? Is that true, ladies? That's what it is. And gentlemen. That's what it is. I'm looking for... Thank you, Spirit. I'm looking for that Pisces. Where is that Pisces? So, well, I might want to invest in them. That's what it is. That's what it is. I might want to invest in that Pisces. Maybe they have 5-star reviews. Maybe they have some 5-star reviews. That's what it is. And I mean, yeah, you're going to. I mean, that was the whole point of eliminating everything from the past, because some things just get confirmation. Some things just can't go forward. What do we have? 248 at 82. It's completion. It's completion. 82 breaks down to a 10. It is. It's completion. Left brain, right brain, subconscious mind. It's what it is. It's what it is. Cards in the upright. Cool. We'll flip those around. Thank you. Let's see. The focus is, the Hermit. We got the Hermit again. Look at that. I love it when those cards get, because that's a lot of cards. That's a lot of cards for the Hermit to be our focus. Just kind of, weren't we talking about the Rainbow Covenant, that God wouldn't flood the world, but yet the Hermit just is doing the backstroke. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. Kind of a funny dress, but these are kind of a funny set of cards. They're strange. They're definitely strange cards. Stranger Things. See? Stranger Things. Dun dun dun. That's what it is. And I like the little story. I like the story. I like the story time that comes at the end. But, when we're sitting here talking about not flooding the world, and the Hermit comes out as your focus card, it's just what it is. However, yes, the High Priestess. Use the Force, Luke. Weren't we talking about them doing Reiki on the picture? Use the Force. Luke kind of looks like a Skywalker, doesn't it? Use the Force, Luke. And that's what it is. I mean, I can't do anything. I can't do anything about them going up against the High Priestess. I can't do anything about that. And that was their intentions. The focus was on the Hermit, but their intentions were on the High Priestess. And I don't know what kind of intentions do you think they had? Do you think there was a death cult? Do you think there was a death cult? Think there was a death cult that had intentions on the twin Gemini moonshine? You think it was? You think they did? Think they had intentions on the twin Gemini moonshine? It's just what it is. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about dual subconscious ability. I can't do anything about that. Not as an INFJ, I operate in 2 realms of consciousness at the same time. It's just what it is. What do we need to be aware of? The Knight of Strands is upside down, and it's just what it is. This is upside down, however, just for dramatic purposes. Scotty P! You ever seen Meet the Millers? It's Scotty P! No regrets in the upside down position. What he has nothing but another slice of the humble pizza pie in his mind. It's just what it is. Scotty P! If you've never seen Meet the Millers, if you've seen the Meet the Millers, tell me in the comments. Yeah, if you know who Scotty P is, give me a no regrets. Give me a no regrets. That's what it is. it's, it's the neighborhood I live in. It's just what that community antics that's all in your cards. Yeah, Skype is what it, but every community has that shit. So that's what it is. What do we need to remember? Ooh, the Three of Spokes. Look at all those vehicles just kind of laying on their side. It looks like a bunch of vehicles are falling, doesn't it? That's what it is. Yeah, I look at the human as a vehicle. It's a mind. It's a body. It's a soul. It's a computer. It's an onboard computer, and it's like a vehicle. Been a lot of that energy in the collective about people not thinking that there's anything outside of themselves, and that's because they don't realize. A little bit of light for you. It's because they don't realize that they are a body inside of a soul. They're not a soul inside of a body. So that's what it is. Did we ever figure out who did that crown work? That's probably why you got vehicles laying on the ground. It's just what it is. Can't do anything. I don't know any of these people, so there's certainly nothing I can do. But we definitely want to remember. We want to remember the number 3 and vehicles just laying on the ground. It's just what. Weren't we talking about a vehicle graveyard? Even though it's bicycles. It's just kind of look like a bicycle graveyard, doesn't it? It's just what it is. It's just what it is. However, what are we going to explore? Our exploration card? Uh-oh. Oh, no. Now, this was in the upside down position. However, oh, yeah. That's what it is. I would say this is the Hermit and the High Priestess, I would say. In a way, I would say no, because that's a girl. That's a girl that we focus on the girl hermit. However, I mean, this would be they've got the roadmap. Oh God, how are we going to figure this out? And it was in the upside down position, so we went from a 3 to a 2. We're downgrading. It's the countdown. It's the countdown to the 2 of dice. And it. I mean, when I heard that information about, Google launching the new Willow chip, the new quantum computing Willow chip, and it, as soon as they turned it on, because I mean, as we learn, the universe expands. And I mean, when you flip on a quantum computer chip and the earth or the universe expands by like trillions of years like that, then it's just weird. I mean, I would hate to think it would be eternal life on earth for trillions of years. Who knows? I mean, God is always in charge. And I mean, when you talk about God, let's face it, there are many gods. I mean, the Aztecs, and I mean, Chicago did. She had a macro. Daisy, what are you doing? She was digging. I think she found a treasure map. So she was digging. That's what it is. Chicago was talking about. Oh, and back to what I started to say about spirit speaking through people at the very first of this. Anyway. Chicago was talking about Spain, something going on in Spain, and then when I hear anything about human sacrifice and Tezcatlipoca, that's the Spanish Catholics showed up in the Aztec region. And they found them doing human sacrifice. Demonic. This is demonic. They're sacrificing people to the god. And I mean, you gotta think the game that they played was kind of like basketball. It was on this court. It's kind of like basketball. And I mean, it had hoops just like basketball, but they played that shit with like heads. Instead, it's what it is. They just sacrifice and play basketball with your head. And I'm exaggerating. I mean, it was played with body parts and shit, but I think I'm exaggerating the head part. It might have just been like their bladder. I don't know. I can't remember. I think it was a head, wasn't it? They were head hunters. Anyway, Anyway, you'll have to look, do your research. That's just it. That's how you get people to study. I can tell you that they played basketball with their head, and then you'll go to do the study, and you'll see that the game existed, and they played it however they played it. But you'll be going to find it just because they played with a head, and that's fine. That's fine. I mean, they were Aztec warriors. I mean, they did whatever the hell they wanted to do. It's what it is. However, I mean, you got to keep in mind the pyramid of the magician was said to have been raised with his hand overnight. Oh, we don't know how these pyramids are made. Well, they told you. They said he raised it with his hands. Well, he used the force, Luke. Anyway. When I hear that there's a micro event going on in Spain and Brazil, and it's what is, the Aztec region. I mean, you got to think these Spanish Catholics when they got there around those ziggurats and pyramids and Aztec, this is demonic. And they found all the sorcery books, all of Tezcatlipoca's sorcery books, because they felt it. And then you had book burning energy in the cards. Okay, cool. So if you've got Spanish issues with Brazil issues, and they were burning book energy, I'm telling you, that was the whole story. The Spanish Catholics burned all of Tezcatlipoca's sorcery books. Okay, cool. So any of you practicing witchcraft or manifestation, or me, I use water. But how do you write a letter to the universe? Writing a letter to the universe is you write your intention on the letter. You put your intentions down, your journaling, your gratitude, whatever. You put your blood, sweat, and tears. And nose is itching, so we got some truth going on. You put your blood, sweat, and tears into writing that letter, and then you set that shit on fire. It's a burnt offering to the universe. Okay, cool. So what happens when you do a burnt offering to what you think is demonic? It's sorcery, but it's magic sorcery books. 10,000 years worth of Aztec history gone, right? So that's what it is. I mean, you got to think, you've got edited Bibles and shit. Well, I mean, they had their own view on it. Do we have the information? No, they burned it. They burned that shit up. The Buddhist temples have all the information of all the religions, of all the schools of thought. Think Doctor Strange. They had plenty of shit to study in there. Anyway, they're missing that. I mean, that they do. Dead Sea Scrolls, all that shit. The Buddhists have all of that. They archive all of it. The problem is back then the Spanish Catholics burned it. They did. They got their grubby little hands on it and burned that shit. So it's what it is. And now you've got freaking gin magic and all that shit off on the cards and human sacrifice. Well, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you? It's pushing up Daisy. The Hermit. In the upright position. There's something to be said for inner exploration, and no one knows that better than 11. When she needs to traverse the vast terrain of her mind, she turns to a quiet place free from distractions. You have reached a pivotal moment in your life where you are craving a new direction, reevaluating your priorities, or examining your relationships, and it's time to close off the outside world and be at peace with your thoughts. She bites hard, but I can still read why she's biting hard. Well, you want up here? Come here. Well, you're not going to run away when I try to do this. The High Priestess. Well, okay, do you want up? You can get up if you want up, but when I try to help you and you run off, that's not helping you up. So, let me up, but don't help me up. Let me up, but don't help me up. Come on, big girl, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. Come here. Come here. She wants up, but you go to help her up and she wants to play. But yet she wants to pull herself up, but then she wants to play. No, she just want to bite me. She bites. She bites. She's one of those dogs. She just bites. It's okay. She'll figure it out. The High Priestess in the upright position for our intentions. The High Priestess symbolizes intuition, esoteric knowledge, and the ability to perceive the unseen. And the ability to perceive the unseen. And the ability to perceive the unseen. Just like 11, when she manifests, it's with a warning that things may not be what they seem. Allow her to guide you, exploring your own connection to what lies beyond the veil. Opening yourself to the innate wisdom you possess. What do we need to be aware of? The Knight of Strands. Scotty P! The Knight of Strands. Scotty P's in the upside down position with no regrets and pizza. There is a point where only listening to your higher self can lead to being impulsive, and right now, you're swerving like the pizza mobile after Argyle's smoke break. Consider taking a pause to assess your priorities, using logic and common sense instead of raw determination. Argyle been taking a smoke break when he's out there delivering the Scotty P pizzas. This is what it is. Swerving after a smoke break. Leading to the Three of Spokes. Vehicles on the ground. Look at that. The Three of Spokes. In the upside down. No, that's in the right side up position. They're right side up on the ground. In the upright, it's more than just a set of wheels. This ace, that's the Ace of Spokes. I said the 3. There we go. No wonder. In the upright position, the friends who ride together stay tied together. Ooh, how's that for karmic contracts? It's what it is. The wheel of the moment. Every time I hear that song is what I think. We're on the wheel of the moment. The friends who ride together stay tied together, and the Three of Spokes is inviting you to celebrate your people. No crew is tighter than the party, and their friendships have seen them through the good times, the bad times, and the downright strange times. Take inspiration from them and make time for your best friends. They deserve to know how much you love them. So I hear that confirmation. What do we got? 30576. 35, that would be your 876 is the downward spiral. That's what it is. I mean, you gotta think. That's the whole point of QHHT, is helping you identify your soul family so that you can figure out who you have karmic contracts with. And once you remove the karmic contracts, then you don't have to keep repeating karmic patterns. You don't have to keep repeating the same karmic lessons over and over again. Problem is, if you don't learn that shit, cool, you have to come back and do all of this over again. Even harder the next time. Now, when Dolores Cannon said, you have to come back to Earth School and do it all over again from the beginning, number one, if there's an anti-human agenda, are they going to come back as Pushing Up Daisy? Because I've now made it to the Pushing Up Daisy in the 3 phase. So you're telling me that they couldn't even be, they were anti-human people. So if they're anti-human agenda, are they going to come back as man's best friend? Because that would be the opposite. They're anti-humans. Cool. So your death cult's going to come back as a dog. That's what it is. Or a Mog, half man, half dog. But that would be in the space. That would be in the space where we'd be having a ball. And I don't think they're going to be allowed off of Earth School. I don't. Let's explore. 2 of dice in the upside down. The 2 of dice in the upside down position. What is it? I'm getting too much weird footage before I do this. Shout out to Noah G. Your UAP footage, I've racked my brain over that. It's on my Facebook if y'all want to go see it. So it's what it is. I mean, I've looked at that over and over again, and no one has said anything. They're either in fear, shock, who knows? No one. That's what it is. I mean, everybody's pretty much kind of in a disgruntled place around Pisces right now. I hear Pisces has done something on the planet that no one else has ever done before. What is that? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me what Pisces has done that no one else has ever done on the planet before? Because that's a pretty strong energy. It is. I do. I want to invest in that Pisces. I certainly do. I want to invest in that Pisces. Whatever they've done that no one's ever done that before. And it's they're hating it. It's what it is. It's what it is, because I mean, if you jump out of Pisces kingdom over into Leo rising kingdom, Leo rising's done something on the planet nobody's ever done before too, as well as Gemini moon. So it's what it is. I mean, but I mean, your Venus placement's really going to be the kicker. And do they really think that Leo's an alien? Do they? Because they've been saying that Pisces is an alien too, and it's just what it is. Where are these Pisces and Leo aliens? It's just what it is. We want to find these magnificent creatures. We do. We want to find these magnificent creatures because it's what it is. I'm sure it's probably the realm of star seeds and shit. And there's 8 billion people on the planet. Maybe. I mean, who knows? They can tell you anything. It's not like you're going to count them. It's not like they could either. So. That's what it is. The 2 of dice in the upside down position. Your emotions are on high alert, making you extra sensitive to any misunderstandings. This can also mean that you aren't thinking clearly and are more susceptible to making rash decisions. Before you do anything drastic, sit out a few turns and return to the game with a clear head. You guys been playing the game of life with a cloudy head? Chances are it's just what it is. You can't be clouding your head in the game of life. It's just what it is. You get dusted off, thrown in the devil's wheel, and you have to get back in the game from the beginning. It's just what it is. It's just a new game. It's just a new game. And I mean, it's kind of my concern is when I hear Pisces has won the game of life and found God. That's what it is. Nobody ever chooses love. Nobody ever chooses God. That's what it is. They always pick money. Well, they always pick money over love. They never pick earth. They don't pick the mother and the father. Mother, father, God? Fucking come on, man. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to figure out. It's what it is. We're creating our own reality. Great. I'm looking for the glowing people. Where's that morning star energy? And I mean, that's my question: is are people really getting karma backlash? Because that's what Pisces Kingdom was saying was they're talking shit in the dark, but it's only because they got instant karma and realized that the divine is in charge. And it's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. It's just what it is. Yeah, I'm a firm believer. If they don't believe you're magic, Pisces, just disappear. Just disappear. Oh man, that's what it is. However, yeah, it's pretty much a divine setup, and it's slowly. Pisces has to move in silence. So I mean, I can't sit here and tell you anything I'm doing because you have Dumb and Dumber in the dark back there. So, see them? They're right over there and right there too. And fucking, you're in the middle. You're cool, but so yeah, expect much more confusion as we navigate the spiritual realm. And Pisces, when you hear these ladies in Tarotland talking about these death cults can't believe that their unalive magic didn't work. Make them prove that it didn't. And the whole time that you're making them prove that it didn't, just remind them that it's going back on them tenfold, and that'll prove that their magic worked. It did. It'll prove it. It'll prove that it went back on them tenfold. It'll prove that. It will. So, what you want for another's what you want for yourself, and I want everyone to have 5-star Jesus healing. 5-star Jesus healing would be nice. That would be nice for everyone. I wish happy, healthy die, my friends. We want lots of happy, healthy die, my friends. Lots of happy, healthy die, my friends. And I understand that that's kind of too good for people. Then they wanted to stop and they wanted to block that. They wanted to stop and they wanted to block both of those. They did, and then they ended up with pushing up Daisy. So that's what it is. Animal Reiki. That's what it is. We'll let her represent animal Reiki and their karma. That's what it is. 3 strikes you're out. It's 3 strikes you're out, pretty much. Just in the old ball game, and it is. That was the Explore card. You get your cloudy mind out of the game. So that's what it is. They would have to go sit down and heal. They just would. All right. Well, y'all have a beautiful Thursday. Have a beautiful Thursday. What was that? 312. Imagine that. 312.73. It's going to be 9 divine endings and conclusions. So, and I mean, today would be the completion. That's what it is. 410. So, I mean, you can think of 410 like 410. It's what it is, but that's not what it is. It's spiritual completion in the divine portal. That's what it is. God force protected by the angels, and 2025 is divine endings and conclusions. And I mean, this would be protected by the angels completion day. So it would be, and then then we get the 411 the day after. So that's what it is. That's what it is. God will show you who to trust. So everybody enjoy 410 day. It's just what it is. Yeah? Pay attention to your surroundings. Stay aware. That's what it is. I mean, the more greedy death cult realizes that their energy is going back on them, expect the unexpected. Is what it is. They have nothing else to lose. So, and it's their anti-human agenda. So cool. That anti-human agenda energy will be going back on them. That's what it is. I mean, you may wake up. It's what it is. Who knows? Expect the unexpected. Hey, I have to expect the unexpected. Namaste.